from other components during budget preparation, the most practical and responsible remedy is to restore 52.13 billion pesos reduction. This leads me to the second major amendment, the reduction of foreign assisted projects in the amount of 53 billion pesos. This realigns fundings to cover the cost of restoring the 52.13 billion pesos reduction so that the project cost can be properly funded and delays can be avoided. The proposals to realign the funds came from the agencies themselves. After your Committee on Finance received two letters, one from the DPWH and one from the DOTR. Both agencies flagged their unobligated funds under the foreign assisted programs and suggested realigning them. The reduction in foreign assisted projects is broken down as follows: 34 billion foreign assisted projects from the Department of Transportation and 19 billion foreign assisted projects from the DPWH. This accomplishes two goals. It provides funds for the restoration of the CMPD while keeping the total budget deficit unchanged. This is in line with the prudent fiscal management. When agencies determine that they cannot effectively obligate appropriations within the fiscal year, these are realigned to more urgent and essential needs. A third proposed amendment is the third proposed amendment is the addition of a special provision on CMPD adjustment. This was a proposal from the DPWH because the specific details of each public works project are not available during budget preparation. The DPWH recommended that the adjusted CMPD be applied once projects have sufficient details for implementation. At this stage, the DPWH has the necessary cost breakdown, which ensures the reductions are applied only to material costs and not to labor, equipment, and other fixed expenses. A special provision requires the DPWH to update the CMPD. This generates savings which will be used to fund priority infrastructure projects. From amendments to the infrastructure projects, we now move to an amendment that is meant to spur countryside development and provide relief for disaster-stricken local government units. Today, December 2, the Office of the Senate President received a letter jointly signed by the National Presidents of the Union of Local Authorities of the Philippines, the League of Provinces of the Philippines, the League of Cities of the Philippines, and the League of Municipalities of the Philippines, and the Liga ng mga Barangay sa Pilipinas, calling on the Senate to support developmental programs that provide direct assistance to LGUs in need. This call for support is also favorably endorsed by the government's economic managers. This results in an increase of 25 billion to the Local Government Support Fund. The amount is broken down to the following purposes. First, 10.7 billion will be for financial assistance to LGUs. They can use this assistance for agriculture projects, the purchase of equipment to support evacuation and camp management, operations, disaster response, and purchase of medical and hospital equipment, among others. Second, 4.0 billion pesos will be restored to the Barangay Development Program, which brings the program's budget back to the original amount stated in the NEP. This benefits 808 insurgency-cleared barangays by providing them with funding of 10 million pesos each. Third, 10.3 billion pesos will go to the LGSF Growth Equity Fund, which supports programs that are exclusively for fourth and fifth income bracket municipalities and communities that are classified as unserved and underserved areas. The fund will support a total of 312 LGUs and 725 unserved and underserved barangays in the country. In addition, these funds will be used to support our LGUs' devolved functions under the Local Government Code of 1991, such as health and social services, as well as projects included in the LGU devolution transition plans. We will also increase the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Fund by 15.3 billion pesos specifically to support the recovery of disaster-stricken areas. Supported interventions include shelter and resettlements, education and health services, rehabilitation of agriculture, and social protection programs in areas affected by natural disasters. For years, our communities have been on the receiving end of extreme weather events and natural hazards, shocks that spell disaster to livelihood and safety of families. And they have had to pick up the pieces of their lives on their own. This recommendation is grounded on need, and this program is long overdue. The last 4 months have seen the country battered by storms in various parts of the country and catastrophic earthquakes in Davao Oriental and Cebu. Typhoons Tino and Uwan affected more than 4 million people. Damage to agriculture from Typhoon Uwan alone was reported 3.2 billion pesos, while Typhoon Tino's damage to agriculture was estimated at more than 157 million pesos. Infrastructure losses from the Cebu earthquake are estimated at more than 6 billion pesos, while more than 130 homes damaged. This program provides a much-needed lifeline for those communities to recover. Our fifth and final amendment is restoring the 4-piece program to NEP level at 11 billion pesos. This correction is needed because the 4-piece program faces a 19.4 billion payment deficiency for October to December 2025. This gap occurred when last year's 50 billion program budget for 4-piece was moved to unprogrammed funds and was then later vetoed. These obligations are due to be paid in the first quarter of 2026. Restoring the budget to NEP level addresses this shortfall. This ensures that no beneficiary is left behind. These 5 amendments underscores government's policy priorities in the near and medium term. They reaffirm our commitment to disciplined spending, targeted support for the disadvantaged, and resilient development for our communities. We have labored long and hard. We have lost sleep, sometimes our tempers, because we are aware of what is at stake. The 2026 national budget must be a budget that truly responds to the needs of our nation, whether this is providing a roadmap for progress, a foundation for the dreams of the young, or protection and relief in times of distress. Bago ako matapos, gusto kong magbigay pugay sa aking mga kapwa-senador, to all the interpellators, Senator Risa Ontiveros, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, Senator Pia Cayetano, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, Senator Jingo Estrada, Senator Amy Marcos, Senator Joel Villanueva, Senator Kiko Pangilinan, Senator Bongo, Senator Lauren Vigarda, Senator Robin Padilla, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Erwin Tulfo, Senate President Pro Tempore Senator Panfilio Lacson. Your interpellations were not just questions, they were strong critiques that proved vital to improving the budget. Your recommendations align the proposed budget with the values of prudence, care, and service, values we all strive to live up to. And finally, I would like to thank Senate President Senator Vicente Soto III and our Majority Leader, Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri, for their strong and steadfast leadership throughout these proceedings. Mr. President, it continues to be my honor to serve with all of you. And serving as this year's chairperson of the Committee on Finance is a responsibility I bear gladly, because I know the strength and heart of this Senate. Let us continue to do more. Let us do right by our people and show them today, the generations after, and the government is a government that keeps its word. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Before we adjourn, point of clarification from the presiding officer. You made mention of 52 billion and another 53 billion reductions, from the DPWH and DOTR. So that would be a total of 105 billion pesos. And then you deducted 25 billion to augment the LGSF, to address the recent calamities. So it's not 46 billion anymore, it's 25 billion. That's the adjusted amount. from the original request made by Executive Secretary Recto?
Yes, Mr. President. The other one is we took your suggestion to lodge the reconstruction under NDREAM, the NDREAM
All right.
fund. I remember you made this suggestion during the discussion, and we took that suggestion and lodged the.
So the 46 billion has been reduced to 25 billion.
Yes, Mr. President.
Thank you.
But the 15 billion is lodged under NDREAM fund.
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct.
Yeah.
And then there's 11 billion restored budget under 4Ps.
Yes, Mr. President.
So from 105 to 80 billion, less 11 billion, there's a fiscal space of 69 billion. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, the CMPD, Mr. President, is a restoration, Mr. President. So hindi siya reduction, Mr. President. So we're restoring it.
Reduction.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for the
Maraming salamat
clarification.
po, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I close the, no more amendments. Can we close the period of amendments? Mr. President, I move that we close. Yes, okay. Ask for a minute. Okay, we'll suspend, Mr. President. We shall suspend consideration of House Bill number 4058 under Committee Report number 18. That's all, Mr. President.
Is there an objection? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, there being no other measures that we'll take up this afternoon, or this evening rather, I move that we adjourn session